Troops assembled, sir!
Good work, Sarge. All right, folks, let's go. We don't have much time.
You heard him, man. Let's move some plastic.
Bullseye. Looking good. Good work, fellas. Whoa, hey, impressive.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
Other way, Rex. Hey, Slick, go long.
Well, hurry up.
Yes, dear.
My arms are getting tired.
Oh, great. I threw my back out. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
I'm supervising.
All right, keep it moving, keep it moving.
Go, cowboy.
Jesse.
Susan Ayler, Grace Miller Elementary School, 4th grade teacher. When I think of describing my classroom, it reminds me of a cross-country trip in a minivan with kids. You have to research where you're going to go and how you're going to get there and plan ahead. Along the way, things often don't turn out the way you expect. You make detours, you may have to go back, make adjustments, settle disagreements with things that occur during the day.
Mrs. Ayler is an awesome teacher because she makes everything fun. She helps us learn. Like, she has different ways for us to learn. Like, sometimes we do different games, or she puts it up on the board and we answer questions.
I like Miss Ayler because she's a nice teacher and she's funny. And I like the project that we did about colonial times with the, like, what we liked about colonial times, and like it was just fun.
Teaching is a lot like that journey. It's never a straight path. There are always curves, always challenges, but it's also incredibly rewarding.
Jess Beach, Brumfield Elementary. I'm an artist, which makes me an observer by nature. I study things, I figure them out, then I sketch, and then I paint. So I'm a teacher. That also makes me an observer by nature. I watch kids, I figure them out, I talk, and I listen. It's that job that we have to find that little ember of whatever's important to them and ignite it and watch the spark.
Miss Beach was the greatest art teacher I ever had, and she may be the greatest art teacher I will have. As I said in my letter, I used to think art was just for girls, but now I color at home because of her. I really like the projects we do, and my favorite one we did in 5th grade was probably the stuffed animal one, where we took stuffed animal parts, put them together, and made a new stuffed animal.
So that's the best part of my job, is the relationships I build with my kids by finding out what's important to them and helping them make it bigger and amazing.
Cheryl Budd, Fauquier High School. I teach the early childhood education program at Fauquier High School, and it consists of 36 3 to 5-year-olds and high schoolers that love working with them. It is a crazy classroom, but I feel learning, hands-on activities, games, no matter what age you teach, games, enrichment activities, and good conversations make an enriched classroom.
I love Miss Budd and everything that she does in the class, and giving us all of the freedom and independence to work with our own kids, and she trusts us and believes in us, and she's so encouraging and positive.
Miss Budd's class is good because I feel that it prepares us for the real world, working with kids better than a lot of classes might, because this is a real life experience that we're going to go through when we're older, and it gives us a chance to move around instead of sitting down all day.
Also, in my years of teaching here at Fauquier, I have learned that the secretaries and the custodians run the place, and so it's always good to have good relationships with your staff.
Amy Kakowski, C.M. Bradley. Every year I choose a theme for my classroom, and this year we're the superheroes. I have 3 goals in mind for my students: to work hard, dream big, and have fun. They've also learned a lot about the growth and fixed mindsets, and it's actually really hard for them. Sometimes they fail, but what they've learned is that they have to keep working hard and having fun.
I learned that if you had a growth mindset, you'll exceed more in life than you will with a fixed mindset.
I'm always excited to go to school
She's an awesome teacher, and she always gives us candy.
Kimberly Carter, Warrington Middle School. One of my most important tasks as a middle school teacher is to create a safe learning environment where all students feel comfortable learning. I found from teaching math that so many students come into the classroom and they're scared of math, or they think they're not good at math. And I want them to come in my classroom knowing that I'm not going to think they're stupid or dumb if they raise their hand with the wrong answer. I want them to know that I believe they can all do math, and I want it to be fun, and I want to raise their confidence.
Math has always been a struggle for me, but Miss Carter finds new and interesting ways to make it a subject I enjoy.
Miss Carter makes learning math really fun and easy. We barely get any homework, and I still get to learn all of the material, and I get good grades.
Miss Carter is a great teacher. She cares for each and every one of her students, and she doesn't make people feel bad when they get something wrong. I really appreciate everything she does for our class.
There are two things that I keep in mind when I come to work every day. One is I want to be the teacher that I'd want my own child to have for math. So I do make sure that I come to school every day with well-prepared lessons. The second thing I keep in mind is that what are these students going to remember about me 5, 10, 15 years from now? Hopefully they'll remember all the math I taught them, but most importantly, I hope that they remember how I treated them.
Blair Connor, Liberty High School. My co-teacher and I, Ms. Linebaugh, really try to empower our students with some decision making in the activities that they do in class. We've implemented projects in many of our classes for them to show their growth and assessment, to show what they know in lieu of testing. People have asked me what makes my classroom unique, and honestly the thing that makes my classroom unique is my students. Every single class is different, and it's really a challenge to get to know them and get to know what works for them.
Miss Connor, you're like the super cool aunt that everyone has, the one that we can always go to when we want like junk food or like help on some really hard homework. You make it a lot easier, and you're always there to talk to when we don't want to talk to anyone else.
Miss Connor has been one of my favorite teachers since I've been at Liberty High School. I couldn't imagine math without her. She's helped me with a lot of things. She made class fun every day, and having her since my freshman year has been a privilege.
Miss Connor, you're the best teacher ever. You're probably the only person who could help me understand statistics, and I love you.
LEK, P.B. Smith Elementary School. I'm now teaching in my favorite position because I get to do literacy all day long, and I get to work with all ages of children, K through 5. I get them, I take them wherever they may be, and then take them on the journey with me, and we go as far as we can go together.
I like Miss K because she's nice. I like Miss K because her let us read books. I like Miss K.
I just want to talk about Miss K and her teaching ability, and just why she's such a great teacher. Why she is such a great teacher is because she does she does learn in her own ways, and she just loves all of her students. She supports every single student she has. She's come to my football games, stuff like that.
All kids can read, they just need a little extra help sometimes, and they need to learn to believe in themselves as much as I believe in them.
Karen Martin, Coleman Elementary. I believe that students need the chance to take chances so they feel good about what they've done. When we all take chances, we feel that much better, and we can achieve a whole lot more. I also really believe in a lot of movement in the classroom, and the kids learn so differently, and to find out what works for them, for each individual student. Some kids work better standing. Some kids work better being able to hold and feel and touch everything, while some kids actually do better on the computer. So it just depends where they're coming from. So I try to incorporate all those learning styles in my teaching in every area, whether it be reading or math or whatever, just something to keep them moving, something to keep them engaged, and something to keep them challenged so they're constantly feeling better about themselves.
I like Miss Martin because she helps me in reading and writing. She's a great teacher to have, and she's fun, and she helps us learn and all that stuff.
I really like Miss Martin because she helps you out with a lot of things, and whenever you cannot read words, she sounds them out for you and everything, and helps you a lot.
Jessica Murphy, Kettle Run High School. My teaching style is, I guess, authentic. I do what I do best and what's most comfortable. I try to be as genuine as possible with my students, which I think for them lets them be genuine in return.
Miss Murphy has a charisma that not only engages her students in rigorous academics, but also ignites a passion for learning for those in her classroom. She is truly one of the most influential teachers that I have ever had, and as someone who aspires to possibly be a high school teacher, I aim to replicate the environment that she has created. It is no surprise to me that Miss Murphy won Teacher of the Year, and I truly cannot think of anyone more deserving of this honor. Thank you for being such an incredibly well-rounded teacher and hardworking. Congratulations.
I think being organized and structured helps them anticipate what's going to happen. And for high school students who have sports and extracurriculars and a million things going on, predictability makes things easier. One of the things that I have learned in the 9 years that I've taught is that while I know some things, I am not always the authority in the room, and their lived experiences are valuable, and they bring that into the classroom, and we get to explore those things together.
Helen Olinger, H.M. Pearson Elementary. I think for 21 years, I have been a product of Fauquier County Schools, and I have worked in the schools with phenomenal teachers. And without those phenomenal teachers teaching me, working with me, showing me different ideas that we can use in the classroom, I wouldn't be where I was today. So every year, I try and not teach the same way.
Hey guys, I want to talk about Miss Olinger's class. The best thing about Miss Olinger's class is that it's really fun. You can go. She allows you to do. She does fun things, and we love Miss Olinger. She's the best. She's got to be the best teacher. And the one thing that I like about her is that when I get upset, sometimes she walks with me and I have a talk with her. She calms me down, and I appreciate Miss Olinger. Thank you, and I really appreciate for what you've done with me and stuff like that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So without the inspiration from all the teachers that I've worked with along the way, including Brittany, when we are co-teaching together, makes your life so much easier, and they have inspired me beyond belief.
Barbara Rich, Taylor Middle School. I teach 6th grade math, and I use a variety of manipulatives in my room, and I think that really helps the students understand what we're doing every day. I also use my smartboard a lot, and it's a great tool for interacting. The kids seem to enjoy the versatiles that I use almost on a daily basis.
I like Miss Rich's class because she celebrates student success. She also is a very active teacher, one of my most active teachers.
In Miss Rich's class, we do a lot of partner work, and it helps me focus better because when I'm with my friends, I have more confidence about my work because I'm not scared of if I'll mess up because we have all each other's work together. And Miss Rich helps us understand things a lot better than other teachers have in the past, and I've had better grades in her class than any other math class I've had my whole life.
We get to do a lot of versatiles, which gets us extra credit points, and when we work with partners, it makes it way funner, or more fun, because you can talk and work it out with your partner.
We do a lot of group work. I think they learn sometimes more from each other than they do from me. We just want to have fun. We just try to have fun every day.
Lisa Stafford, Mary Walter Elementary School. So in my classroom, I usually like to try to do activities that I know the kids will be interested in and engaged in. I want them to be up and moving around, getting their hands onto things, working with a partner, communicating with them, and working on solving a problem together. So that's kind of the activities that I try to incorporate in my classroom.
I think that Miss Stafford was a really great teacher. She taught me how to be really good in math. That's why I have all A's. I've never really been able
to express myself with all my friends until she taught us to like be friends with everyone.
I think Miss Stafford's a really good teacher because she's always like helping students, like she's always encouraging them to like be nice to others and help people.
I usually try not to put a lot of expectation on myself or the students about, how the activity is supposed to turn out, just because I want them to kind of lead the direction of the activities, kind of challenge themselves and, get them to realize that even if something is difficult to do, they can still work through it and come to, a goal that they'll be happy with.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun things.
My name is Elizabeth Stone, better known as Betsy Stone. I'm at Claude Thompson Elementary. My classroom, I think, is a safe haven for kids to come and create. And I think that's just so important for humans to be able to create. It is a place where students feel good about what they do.
Miss Stone, you're a very nice teacher. When sometimes I think of you when I'm trying to think of to paint art.
Mrs. Stone is like a really good teacher. She helps you if you are confused about anything.
I think that Miss Stone is a great art teacher because she helps us with our art. She doesn't just tell us something to do, she actually explains it very well.
The thing I like about Miss Stone is she's really nice. She gives us fun projects to do. And she helps us if we need help anyway.
I think it's important to be involved in schools and involved in your students' lives, because that's the way you connect with them. That's the way you get them to create and to enjoy what they're doing. It's very important.
Jane Turner, M.M. Pierce Elementary School. I hope that my classroom is a warm, welcome environment. My assistant Marie Dodson and I work very hard to welcome the kids in and encourage them to be the best that they can be. We use themes when we're teaching so that the children can be working on their own level, but they're all talking about the same thing. And we try to take them from where they are. We do that with our centers. Each center has a different group of children, and they might be working on the same thing just at a different pace, or they might be working on something totally different. But we do things with themes, so everybody's working on the same theme, but we differentiate it with our centers, both in reading and in math.
We make treats sometimes, and we do a lot of crafting. And we do like to talk to her, and we all love her.
She likes to put up the rainforest and we get to help her, and we color, and we do the sectors, and at the end of the day when it's Friday we get to have free time.
We like to create a room that's fun, but it has its structure also, so that the kids are having fun every day, but they are learning, and they know what to expect, and they know how the routine of the day will go.
Sarah Ventresco, Greenville. I think my class is really fun. I think that when kids come to school and they're happy and they're excited, I think they learn more. I think my kids know that I care about them and I want them to do their very best, and that makes them work really, really hard for me.
I enjoyed Mrs. Ventresco's class because it was all fun and games, and she was a really good teacher.
I've enjoyed being able to implement the FRESH program this year. I think it goes right along with exactly what I believe in as a teacher, and that kids need movement. I think kids need brain breaks, they need to stay active, and it's been really fun to be able to incorporate all sorts of movement within all of my different subject areas.
She is a special teacher because she wants other people to do the best. So she can do better for other people.
Kim Mathias, Cedarly Middle School.
One thing I love about middle schoolers is that they go through such a transformation during their time here. They change socially, emotionally, physically, but the thing I love about them is that they want to learn. They want to do hands-on activities. And the best part about an agriculture program like this is they can be collaborative. They can do those tactile, hands-on programs, and it's such experiential learning at its best, and that's what I love about being here at Cedar Lee Middle School. Cedar Lee Middle School is truly like a family, from greeting students when they come in, them greeting others. It's truly a wonderful experience. The program that we do here with our Buddies program is wonderful because it's not just for the special education population, but it's really for the general education population. They're learning as much as anyone, that we all learn, but we learn in different ways.
So the best thing about Miss Mathias is her classroom instruction and how we're always working on a project. When we went to donate food to SVCA, they were very grateful. It was a good experience, and me and the other officers enjoyed it a lot.
My favorite thing to do is every Thursday we have the Buddies come in, which is the special needs kids, and we help with them, and we take care of the birds, and we take care of all the plants outside. And I think it's incredible how Miss Mathias devotes her free period every Thursday to helping with the Buddies, so they adapt to kids in the school more, so all of the 8th graders and all the kids are really open to them. I just think that's really great.